Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Marvelous Movie Mondays. This is a little later than we advertised. This is a week later than planned because some of our scheduling got a little, mixed up. Especially my schedule. My schedule was tougher to deal around. But we are here with a great set of matches, starting with a matchup against two people who are 1-0. And then in the next match, someone who is 1-0 going up against someone who is 1-1. So a lot of people will be getting their second win today, which is very exciting, which
Mm.
means a lot of these people will be on the path to titles, which is so exciting because Kelsey's itching to get rid of that belt or keep that belt and prove herself worthy. But yeah, we got some great competitors in this first match. Malcolm and Chris. Chris, who defeated, I believe, Papa West in his first match, a very exciting match. And
Mhm.
then Malcolm, who knocked out Brian in his first match. So really, really exciting. Malcolm is currently the number one contender. If he keeps winning, he could see a belt. And Chris also is on his tail. If he can get a knockout, maybe win this one. One of these two could be competing for the belt, which is so exciting. So why don't we bring him in, Kelsey? You excited?
Yeah, I am,
Cool.
Bill.
All right, so let me get rid of this now. Bringing in first, with a record of 1-0, he is the Sorcerer, Chris Diaz. How you doing, Chris?
Doing good. Yeah, wonderful Saturday. I have fun. Love Marvel. A little bit
Yes.
nervous about Malcolm, but excited.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Any thoughts on going up against Malcolm? Now that you guys have each played a match, have you watched his match? Like, do you have any thoughts going up against such a titan of trivia?
I see it to be a fun match. Malcolm had been a really good player, playing a couple matches before. We had
Yeah.
fun. And had fun there, though.
There we go. That's the best thing. Hit have
Awesome.
fun. And his opponent, also with a record of 1-0 with one knockout, it is the Rogue Kiwi, Malcolm Lay. Malcolm, how are you doing? Good to see you. Thank you for being here so early.
It's fine. I don't sleep well anyway. But
Yeah,
I mean,
Malcolm, how you feeling going up against Chris? Do you have any thoughts now that you guys are each 1-0 going into this match? Like any extra pressure, or is it a little less pressure going into this second match? How do you feel?
I feel confident. Like, I don't have a lot to say. Like, I know Chris quite well, but yeah, I also know my MCU, so I'm just ready to do some trivia.
That's right. All right, well, let's get to it. How it'll work, you will get 10 questions in the realm of the MCU. Players will have 15 seconds to write down their answer. When they reveal their written answers, they must also speak them aloud. Pronunciation is key, and spelling is also key. But if you get close phonetically in the spelling, we'll count it. We're not too picky in spelling. Each question is worth 1 point. If a competitor gets all 10 questions right, they will be asked a bonus question, 11th bonus question. We haven't gotten that in a while, so maybe this will be the time. Maybe we'll hold that bonus question on for further matches. Players must keep their hands on screen at all times. I don't have any doubts that you guys would cheat, but just in case. Players have 3 time heists and repeats. They are repeats, and 1 Mjolnir if you want to throw the hammer into the match, if you want to challenge, if you think something's been ruled unfairly, or you think any discrepancy, throw a challenge in there. We have had some recent challenges. We're trying our best to iron out the questions to make sure we don't have those challenges, but again, they sometimes happen. So, with that, Malcolm, are you ready? Yeah. All right, and Chris, are you ready?
I can do this all day.
Then Kelsey,
Amazing.
take it away. Kelsey?
Oh, let the marvelous movie match begin.
That's right. Kelsey, as asking the first question from round 1. Go ahead, Kelsey.
Alrighty. Question 1 in the category of Phase 1. What is the name of the man who is stuck in the cave with Tony Stark in Iron Man?
And for names, we will generally accept, the more
Commonly used name.
commonly used name. So you don't feel like you need to put the whole name if they refer to this character by one thing, unless we ask for both full first and last name. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Chris, what do you got?
I probably spelled it suggestion.
Yasin. That is incorrect. Malcolm, what do you got?
Jensen.
Yeah,
Jensen is correct. It was just a little off there to be correct, Chris, but it was very close.
a hard name to spell.
Yeah, it is a hard name to remember.
Yeah.
Full name Ho Jensen. I didn't even know there was a Ho in there. Bad phrasing. Ready? Category number 2 in the realm of Phase 2. In Guardians of the Galaxy, Volume 1, where do the Guardians first meet Drax the Destroyer? You don't have to be too specific. You can be general or specific, whatever you would like. We're a little more lenient. It's round one. It's excited to be back in the trivia. It's been a little while.
It is.
Excited.
Dill, was the last trivia you had the one you had to host by yourself? I can't
Yes,
remember.
and I gave away 2 answers in round 1 by accident.
Yeah.
The question was asking for an Infinity Stone, and I said the name of the Infinity Stone in the question, which was a mistake. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Malcolm, what do you got?
Prison?
That is correct. And
I'm
Chris?
saying the prison bathroom, like the shower.
We would have taken prison, so
Yeah.
yes, that is
Yeah.
correct. Or we would have taken the
Acceptable.
kiln, which is the very specific answer, but prison, that's all that we needed. So take it away, Kelsey, with question 3.
All right, question 3 in the category of Phase 3. Besides Tony Stark, what other Avenger makes an appearance in Spider-Man: Homecoming?
I like this question. And obviously Spider-Man is not the answer, so you can't also say Spider-Man, because he's not an Avenger yet at this point. So you never know. A competitor might try to play
No, that's fair. That's fair. I feel like that's a card Zach would try to play. Shots fired.
Yes, shots fired. Kelsey wants Zach to come for that belt. He's got a few more matches to win before that. But 5, 4, 3,
Repeat.
2, repeat. That is the first repeat for Malcolm. Kelsey?
Besides Tony Stark, what other Avenger makes an appearance in Spider-Man: Homecoming?
That's a good
I love
question.
that question.
Love this little moment.
Thank you.
Very fun.
This is a question I thought of. You're welcome.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, what do you got?
Something you were criminal, but I don't care. Captain America.
That is correct. Malcolm, what do you got?
Technically, you see Ant-Man at the start as well. Sometimes.
Yeah. Or do you want to challenge that, or because the correct answer was Captain America? We were thinking of the post-credit scene.
Yeah, I will challenge that because you do see
Cool.
Ant-Man in the montage at the start with Civil War and all that.
We're back from the challenge. We did not take into account the video at the beginning where Peter's filming the events from Civil War, and you do see Ant-Man in that video. So we're going to give both of them a point because Chris Diaz was thinking of this Captain America video that we see in the film and in the post-credit scene, and Malcolm was thinking of the video at the beginning of the film. So technically both are correct. We could have been a little bit more specific with the question. So Malcolm will hold on to his challenge, and he'll get the point. So it's still 3-2. You both get that one right. Moving on to question 4 in The Avengers. This can apply to any of the 4 Avengers films. In Avengers Infinity War, who gives Thor a new eye after he loses it in Thor Ragnarok? It's a fun little moment.
Just watching this
like
friendship blossom in this movie.
I was gonna say I like the eye patch though. I wish they'd rocked it out a few more movies, especially with the pirate things going on in Thor: Love and Thunder. But I don't know.
Yeah.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 to keep his perfect round alive. Malcolm, what do you got?
Rocket Raccoon.
That is correct. Chris?
One of my favorite characters in any MCU. Rocket Raccoon.
All right, keeping the gap 4-3. All right, moving on to question 5. Kelsey, take it away.
Question 5 in the realm of who said it. Which MCU villain says, "You got all this security in here watching me ever since I walked in, but you ain't checking for what you put in your body"?
This is a toughie, I think.
Ooh, we might have stumped our competitors here, Dill.
I don't know. I love the who said it because it's like
Can
some
I have a
people
repeat?
like that's what they Of course.
Repeat.
That's
Alrighty.
Chris's first repeat.
Which MCU villain says, "You got all this security in here watching me ever since I walked in, but you ain't checking for what you put in your body"?
Really good character, good moment.
Love this character.
This is tough. Yeah, like I was just about to say earlier, though. Who said it? You either know it, like people like live and die by who said it, or it could be the hardest one. For me, it's the hardest category, but for others, it's easy. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, what do you got?
Is it Killmonger?
That is correct.
It is Killmonger.
Malcolm, what do you got?
I put Loki.
All right, so Chris ties it up. No perfect rounds. That's okay. 4-4.
It's the museum. It's the museum lady thing when he makes it so tough.
Yes.
So, question 6, in the realm of villains, continuing the theme, what is the name of the Hydra scientist who has Loki's scepter in the beginning of Avengers: Age of Ultron? Another tough one, Kelsey. You're really pulling the punches today. That's okay. These two are 1-0.
Listen.
The questions will get a little harder.
I never
you
know
earned
what's going to happen when I write these questions. I don't know what I'm writing. It's entirely too hard or way too easy. I never want them to be too
know.
easy. I would rather
Never
them be on the harder side than like the, are you kidding me?
Especially
You know what I
with
mean?
competitors like this. All right. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Malcolm, what do you got?
I'm probably most definitely wrong. I just put Baron von Strucker.
That is correct. That is correct for a point. Chris, what do you got?
No, I didn't have Dr.
Wow, so Malcolm, with a complete guess, you got it. Baron Strucker is correct. So moving on to question 7, Kelsey, go ahead.
All right, question 7 in the category of Disney Plus. What is the name of John Walker's best friend and partner in The Falcon and the Winter Soldier?
If you want to just put their first name, you can. Because I don't know how often you hear his second name, or his last name, but
His second name.
It's tough. It's tough. Those Disney Plus questions are tough because there's so many
Yeah.
now. And as we've said, once it's on Disney Plus, it's eligible. We're not putting Doctor Strange on there yet because it just went on Disney Plus. But for the next round of matches, Doctor Strange and Multiverse of Madness will be eligible. So, and Ms. Marvel will too. So that'll be fun. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Chris, what do you got?
I had Lewis. I couldn't remember.
Lewis, so close. It starts with an L, but that is not correct. Malcolm?
One of these days, I'll revisit some of the earlier shows. Trevor.
Also, good guess. It was Lamar. Lamar Hoskins. Lamar. So, moving on to question 8. It's still 5-4. Spider-Man is the category. In what MCU film can you hear Peter Parker say, "Mr. Stark, it smells like a new car in here"? I was trying to make my voice go higher,
No, that was a good Tom Holland. That was a good Tom Holland.
It wasn't. It was a bad Tom Holland, but a good change of register. You know what I mean?
You didn't quite get the inflection of how the line
Mr.
said.
Yeah, it's okay. Well, because I didn't want to give it away, but
sure.
I wouldn't be able to answer this question because I didn't know this. 5, 4, 3, 2. There's a reason I'm not competing anymore. 1. And Malcolm, what do you got?
I don't know if you would have done this twice, but I put Spider-Man Homecoming.
That is incorrect. Chris, what do you got?
Avengers Infinity War?
That is correct. Tied up once again at 5-5. Another close match. I love it. Kelsey, take it away in question 9.
All right. In the category of new releases, during the opening credits of Black Widow, you can hear Malia J's rendition of what Nirvana hit from 1991?
Looking for the song. Malia J. I don't know her name, but she great cover of this song. Great
Malia,
moment.
yeah,
great little montage.
Yes.
Opening credits. Opening credits are always fun when you get playful with it. Yeah.
This song got huge on TikTok after this movie came out.
It's funny because the Batman also used a Nirvana song throughout the whole thing. It is not that one. 5, 4, spoiler alert. 3, 2, 1. Chris, what do you got?
I'm going to the one that get mentioned a lot throughout the movie, American Pie.
That is incorrect.
Oh, no.
Malcolm, what do you got?
I prefer this version to the Nirvana version, Smells Like Teen Spirit.
That is correct. Again, taking a 1-point lead. Chris is right that it is in the movie American Pie, but it is not in the opening credits. And your final question in round 1, question 10, actors and actresses. What Oscar-nominated actor plays Dr. Ben Foster, Hank Pym's frenemy in Ant-Man the Wasp? I love that word, frenemy. Friend turned enemy. Frenemy. I don't want to give any other context clues away, but I'll say what I have to say after this question because I don't want to give away who it is, but you might know where I'm going with this.
You're walking on thin ice still when it comes to revealing answers.
3, 2, I'm just surfing. 1. Malcolm, what do you got?
I really hope we see him again, Lawrence Fishburne.
That is correct. And Chris?
You can see him on Broadway right now in American Buffalo.
That's right. He is on Broadway right now. So after round 1, the score is 7-6. I was alluding to Silver Surfer, which we just talked about a few weeks ago. Lawrence Fishburne, the voice of the Silver Surfer. But yeah, score stands 7-6. A very close score. Moving on to round 2. The rules of round 2: you will each spin the wheel, determine a category. You're allowed to respin if you want, but if you respin, you must take what the wheel lands on if you spin again. I am Iron Man is spinner's choice. Lucky you. I am inevitable. Oh no, opponent's choice. So watch out for those. If you hit opponent's choice, you cannot respin on that. There will be 5 questions. Players will have about 15 seconds to speak their answer aloud. You don't need to use a whiteboard unless you want to for strategic purposes. Questions are worth 2 points, but if a competitor would like to check down a multiple choice, those will be worth 1 point each. The other competitor, if the answer is incorrect, can steal a point or 2, depending on the value. And players, again, must keep hands on screen at all times. You each have 2 time heists left. Malcolm, you are in the lead by 1. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to give it to Chris to spin?
I'll spin first.
All right, here is your first spin, Malcolm. Nice tight match. Love to see it. And villains. So, Malcolm, would you like to keep villains, or would you like to spin again for something maybe that you like a little bit more?
I will respin.
You'll respin. All right, here we go. Here is a second spin for the Rogue Kiwi. Let's see what he lands on. And it looks like Phase 3. So Phase 3 is going to be the category here. Kelsey will be asking the questions in Phase 3. So whenever you're ready, Kelsey, take it away.
Almost got my favorite category. Who said it? All right. But now I'll be asking the ones in Phase 3. All right. Question number 1. Who directed Ant-Man and the Wasp?
Peyton Reed.
That is
correct for 2 points.
Question number 2. What country do Wanda and Vision reside in Avengers of Infinity War?
United Kingdom, more specifically Scotland.
That is correct.
That's
for
correct.
2 points.
Question number 3. Which Phase 3 film has the most post-credit scenes of the entire MCU?
And 5, 4.
Gonna go to multiple choice.
2. All right.
All right. A, Thor Ragnarok. B, Doctor Strange. C, Black Panther. Or D, Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2.
It's correct for
That
a
is
point.
correct.
Going up 12-6 with 2 questions left. Kelsey, go ahead.
Alrighty, question number 4. In Doctor Strange, what is the name of the amulet Doctor Strange wears around his neck?
The Eye of Agamotto.
That's correct for
That
2
is correct.
points. 1 question left.
All right, question number 5. In Avengers Endgame, what fake name does Tony introduce himself as when he runs into his father in the 1970s?
Oh.
And 5, 4, 3.
Multiple choice.
Choice. All right.
A, Tony Potts. B, Howard Rogers. C, Tony Rogers. Or D, Howard Potts.
It's like a little maze there.
Give me a tongue twister deal with these multiple choice.
Howard
Potts?
That is correct for the 9-point lead. Very, very impressive round 2 with Phase 3. So yeah, that is a 9-point swing, 15-6, which means it is now Chris's turn to spin the wheel. Here we go. Very impressive round 2. No steal opportunities. And Disney Plus. Chris, would you like to keep Disney Plus or spin again? Spin again. That seems to be a common trend here. Definitely people eager to spin away. And it's not going to be Disney Plus. It's going to be new releases, which does not include Disney Plus, so don't worry. So new releases, I will be asking the questions in new releases. Okay, here we go. Question number 1. According to Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, what 1968 film inspired Trevor Slattery to become an actor?
Planet of the Apes.
That is correct for 2 points. Nice poll. And question number 2. Who plays Eros, the brother of Thanos, who appears in one of the post-credit scenes at the end of Eternals?
Harry Styles.
That is correct. It's his house and we're all living in it. Question 3. In Eternals, another Eternals question, what classic Disney character does Kingo compare Sprite to while talking about her crush on Icarus?
Tinkerbell.
That is correct from Peter Pan. Another 2 points for
Wow.
Chris there. Nice poll. Tinkerbell and Peter Pan. Yes. Ready? Question 4. In Black Widow, who was revealed to be the Taskmaster?
How specific you want it to be?
What do you think, Kels? Does he need to give the name or just what the relation or?
I'm gonna say that the name.
I think we need the name.
in
I think
the
we need
answer.
we need the first name. But if you, we need the first name.
Can I go on multiple choice?
Yes, you can. Is it A, Natasha and Yelena's mother Melina? B, Natasha's sister Yelena? C, Natasha's old friend Mason? Or D, Dracov's daughter Antonia?
That's why I've asked for multiple choice D, because that's
Yes, D.
you had nothing specific when it said Drake.
I was gonna say, the name, the specific names, but the multiple choice did have a little bit of help there for you. But yeah, that's a tough one. But another 1 point now to tie it up with Malcolm. Your 5th question: in Spider-Man: No Way Home, what does MJ throw at Andrew Garfield's Peter Parker, aka Peter 3, to test his Spidey senses?
How specific?
As specific as you can make it. I there's a clear answer, but we can if we rule it incorrectly and you want to challenge, you can. But there's a
I'm going to go
fairly
multiple just to be safe, because
okay.
I remember it, but I don't want to be safe.
Yep. Is it A, a fork, B, a piece of bread, C, a pencil, or D, a banana?
A piece of bread.
That is correct for 1 point. So Chris staying within 1 point of Malcolm.
Yeah, I don't want to make sure, because it has to ask specific anything.
Yeah, no, that's fine. It's playing conservatively, and again, you're 1 point within Malcolm. So this is going to be a very close finish. So round 3, we're moving on to round 3. How exciting! This is how we wanted this match to go. 15-14, very close match. Players will choose 3 numbers at random out of 15, which will correlate to 3 predetermined categories. The first question will be worth 2 points, the second one worth 3, and the third one worth 5. They range from mild to medium to hard difficulty. Player with the most points at the end will win. Unless it's tied, then we'll go to sudden death using some of the other wheel questions that we have. Players must keep their hands on screen at all times. You still each have 2 time mice left, and you each still have a challenge. So, Malcolm, you are in the lead by 1. So, what would you like your 3 numbers to be?
4, 11, and 5.
4, 11, and 5. Okay. And Chris, what would you like your 3 numbers to be?
What's the range on number?
1 to 15. 1 to 15.
2, 9, and 1.
2, 9, and 1. We're going to start with Chris. I will ask the questions to Chris, starting with the category of 2, which is actors and actresses. So your 2-pointer in actors and actresses. Name the 2 actors who play Bruce Banner in the MCU.
Mark Ruffalo. Let me say it correctly. Mark Ruffalo and Edward Norton.
That is correct for 2 points, and you take the lead. It is now 16 to 15. Malcolm, your 2-pointer will be asked in the realm of aliens, androids, and wizards. So Kelsey, take it away.
Alrighty.
2-pointer.
Ultron builds his doomsday trigger under Novigrad, the capital city of what European country?
Sokovia?
That is correct.
Yes.
For 2 points, takes the lead once again to make it 17-16. We're now moving back to Chris's 3-pointer, which is in category 9, which is Thor. Thor. Category of Thor. 3-pointer. What voice activation code, inspired by a famous 90s flick, finally allows Thor to access the Quinjet while he's trying to escape Sakaar in Thor Ragnarok?
Point blank.
That is correct for 3 points. Once
Wow.
again, taking a 2-point lead now. It is now 19-17. We love how close this match is. Malcolm moving on to his category. He chose 11, which correlates to Spider-Man. So, Kelsey, ask away.
Alrighty. What old sci-fi movie does Peter Parker reference when trying to save Doctor Strange in Avengers Infinity War?
Aliens.
That is correct.
is
Another question
A
along the
question about-
same theme. Yeah, about
Funny.
older movies. So now the match is 20-19. So Chris, you will have to hit this 5-pointer to keep it alive and send it back to Malcolm. Otherwise, he will take the win. A really well fought match so far. You chose category 1, which is new releases. New releases. Here we go. For your 5-pointer, name 5 of the 10 main Eternals from the 2021 film Eternals. This one's tough. Yeah, I'll give you 20 seconds to think about this one because you have to name 5 names. But
Bites. Icarus. Oh, can't remember.
5, 4.
Repeat.
Yep, repeat. All right, that's your second repeat. You still have one left. Name 5 of the 10 main Eternals from the 2021 film Eternals. Just make sure we can see your hands if you're writing.
Repeat.
And- Yep. All right. I was going to count you down. This is your final repeat, so this is it. Name 5 of the 10 main Eternals from the 2021 film Eternals.
Good game. I can only remember Spike and Icarus.
That's okay. And your winner, the Rogue Kiwi, Malcolm Lay. Congratulations. The 10 we were looking for: Cersei, Icarus, Kingo, Sprite, Fastos, Makari, Druig, Gilgamesh, Ajak, and Thena. A very tough question, especially because these movies are so new. But Chris, you really gave Malcolm a run for his money. Score of 20-19. That is one of our best matches we've ever seen on this show.
Yeah.
Malcolm, first with you. Congratulations. How are you feeling with your second victory? You are now 2-0.
Yeah, I'm feeling good. I'm glad I made it to round 3 this time.
Yes.
But yeah, like Chris put up a good fight.
You still haven't hit a 5-pointer because you haven't had to get one yet. Does that make you a little nervous, considering the person you will be going up against next will be another 2-0 competitor, and the winner of that will probably get a number 1 contender match. Are you excited for the path ahead? Do you have your sights set on anyone in specifically?
Once again, I don't really have my sights set on anyone specifically. It's just whoever comes up next comes up.
And Chris, you did fight so nobly. What do you think of this match? How do you think it went? What were your thought processes going through some of these really tough questions and categories?
I feel like I did go take multiple choice and a loaf of bread that might be a little bit differently because we would have been tied.
Yeah.
Like
Sure.
that's
Yeah,
the
it's tough.
hard thing about
It's-
trusting your guts there. Like,
Right. Yeah, it's
Yeah.
always tough to know like how to navigate the game. But again,
Yeah.
doing multiple choice saved you from potentially giving away a big swing of points as well. So you fought very well. Kelsey, what did you think of this match? These two competitors.
I think it both went well. It went well for both of them, honestly. Like you should both be proud of the game that you played today. I love the matches where it feels like we're playing ping pong, where it's just like we're just passing from one to the next, and that's
Mhm.
really what we got here, and especially in the last round. And it's just so exciting when that happens. So
Yeah,
like I said, you should
very
both
exciting.
be proud.
Yeah, Chris, any your eye set on anyone in particular that you would like to face next now that you're 1-1?
Honestly, anyone. I know I need to do better. I need actually on my list of stuff to be watched. I need to watch Eternal at this point because those questions keep
Mm,
been kicking me out.
Yeah, yeah.
I mean, I got the
Well,
new release one, thank God.
yeah.
right. Well, thank you guys so much for doing this. And again, this is only the undercard. I can't wait. The next match you guys will have will probably be main events because you guys are two of our best competitors. So thank you guys so much for
Thank
doing
you.
this. Chris, anywhere they could find you? Any last minute plugs?
You can find me anywhere. You can find me over at TMG. I am part of the TMG Geek Team Tournament. I think my
Nice.
match coming up. My match been recorded, should be up either this week or next week. Stay tuned, really good man. And you can find me anywhere for metal, anywhere like Jack Hall trivia, any trivia, and you can and Letterboxd. Like follow my reaction to a lot of the geek movies. I had some interesting ratings for some of them.
Right. And Malcolm, where can they find you?
You can find me on Take Few Productions, where I host Rankum every Saturday night. The last episode we did was Top Shelf TV Films of the 90s. At this point, I don't know what the next one's going to be because the poll is still active
Right.
at the time of this recording.
Right.
But you can also find me hosting trivia over on Formula Trivia. And yeah.
Very cool. Thank you both so much for doing this, and we are
Yes.
excited for your next matches, especially Malcolm. You're 2-0, so if you get that third win, you will have a number one contender match, which is going to be very exciting. So we'll stay tuned. The next match coming up is going to be a JD versus Corey. It was a challenge that was put out a long time ago when Corey got his first win. He's hoping for a second, and JD's also hoping for his second win to get back on the path for a belt. And welcome back to the second half of this little double header we got going on. First match, really exciting. Two 1-0 competitors. Malcolm going 2-0 with a 20-19 victory. It was a slim margin. We have another fun barn burner today, or I guess it's still the same day when you're all watching this, but new locations and all. We've got Corey versus JD. Corey 1-0, pretty big win against Stacy in his first match, and then JD is 1-1. Lost the title match to you, but then came back with a vengeance and won his second match, and he finally got a nickname because he said if he won a match, he would finally give us a nickname. Kelsey, thoughts on these competitors before I bring them in? Having seen their first matches, are you excited for this?
Yeah, I think that they're both really strong competitors, and I'm anxious and excited to see what the outcome of this match is going to be.
All right, well, here we go. Introducing first with a brand new nickname. Finally, it is with a record of 1-1 with one knockout. It is JD making it up as I go along. Domash, how you doing, JD?
Good. Just God, swamped.
Yes, very very busy time for all of us, and I thank you for doing this. And any preparation that went into this, or you just kind of just relying on your base knowledge? Thoughts on Corey as a competitor? You have any strategies? You don't have to impart your strategies to us.
So, first off, I'll say this. Yeah, I didn't have time to study this time. I've also been slightly burnt out, so that also played a role. So it's just going to be base knowledge. We'll see what happens. I'm prepared to accept any result. But I have to say this about Corey. You wanted the shots. You called me out. Be careful what you wish for, buddy. You better not miss. Because, here's the thing. Like, I called out Chad. I knew I thought I had a pretty good chance. Do you think you have a good chance? Or did you just, get that out of the seat of your pants? I'm kind of confused here.
Well,
But
I guess we'll find out, won't we? So let's bring him in now. So introducing second, his opponent for the day, with a record of 1-0, it is Corey. Boom, you looking for this? Ross? How you doing, Corey?
Doing good, guys. All I'm going to say is I don't miss.
Oh, there we go. There's that smack talk. Man, a few words. Any more words though on your preparation? Like, how have you spent the last few months after your last match? Are you still like on a high from that last match? How is your mindset going into this?
Took a nice little break. Got to chill out a little bit, and then we hit the movies again. Did some quizzing and stuff. So
Cool.
gonna be a good one.
Round 1. The players will be asked 10 questions in the realm of the MCU. Players will have about 15 seconds to write down their answer. Players will reveal their written answers and speak them aloud. Each question is worth only 1 point, but if a competitor gets all 10 questions right, they'll be asked an 11th bonus question. Players must keep their hands on screen at all times to prevent cheating, and players must have they will have 3 time heists if they wish to use them, which are repeats. If you want to save more time, if you want to go back and collect all those infinity stones to ask another question, you can go do that with a time heist. And if you want a Mjolnir, if you want to throw the hammer in the ring for a challenge, you may. Kelsey, you'll stay on that side. That's fine.
Okay.
Because you are asking the first question. Go ahead, Kels.
Amazing.
Oh wait,
All right,
we gotta do our catchphrase. Corey, are you ready?
Right.
Yes, I am.
JD, are you ready?
Yes.
So Kelsey,
All right, let the marvelous movie match begin.
there we go. It's
Question
early in the morning
1.
for me, so I forgot to do that, but now we got it.
Question 1. In the category of phase 1. Don't mind me, I'm just sucking on a cough drop. In The Incredible Hulk, what is the Abomination's real name?
We love a good human versus supervillain name question. Very excited to see this character back in She-Hulk. Very excited. Wonder how much
Interesting.
of the actual person we'll see.
We shall see, Dale.
Very much
We
a fan
shall
of this
see.
actor. I know the actor is not the answer to the question, but. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. JD, what do you got?
Emil Blonsky?
Can you just put that down so we can see? Yep, that's correct. And JD and Corey.
Don't have it.
That's okay. So JD taking the 1 point lead here. Question 2, phase 2. What California city does Scott Lang live in? I almost said Scat Long.
Yeah.
It's one of those days. Tim Honks, Scat Long.
Well, Poverty's Nerfic, Dill.
That was a lot for my brain just there. You can hear my voice is starting to go. So the very few words I'm able to say need to be right from now on out, or otherwise I'll get fired from my own show. 5, 4.
As long as you don't
3,
say the answers, we're good.
2, 1. No promises. Hey Corey, what do you got?
San Francisco.
That is correct. JD.
San Francisco.
That is also correct. So JD keeping that 1 point lead. Going on to question 3. Kelsey, take it away.
Question 3. Category phase 3. Which one of Thor's eyes does Hela gouge out in Thor Ragnarok?
We love a
50-50 shot
50-50
here.
shot. Yes. So this one can go one of 2 ways. Unless there is a movie that just came out where there is a third eye. So I guess there is a third option technically. But,
That's true. That's true. We are getting third eyes now in the MCU, and I don't know how I feel about it.
I wonder if someone wrote like the one with the pupil, if we would take that or not. Anyway, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. JD, what do you got?
Right.
And Corey, what do you got?
Right eye.
Yeah, you're both correct. I was waiting to see if you both have the same one or not. Yes, that is correct. 3-2. Very exciting. I'm glad you both got that because I wouldn't have. Question 4. In The Avengers, what do Clint and Laura decide to name their third child at the end of Avengers Age of Ultron? We only need the first name for this one, right, Kels? Or do we need the full name?
I think the middle name is kind of the point of the whole question.
Okay, so never mind. We need the full name, but we know you know the last name probably. But you guys, first and middle name is what we're looking for because that is a very plot specific. You're right. I'm sorry. I was trying to take it easy on them. But,
not to give away too many hints or anything. But
5, 4, 3,
Repeat the
2.
question.
Okay, that's first repeat for JD. Kelsey, you need to repeat the question.
No. You ask this question, Dill.
Oh, you're right. Never mind. It's all my fault. What do Clint and Laura decide to name their third child at the end of Avengers: Age of Ultron? I was looking at you like, Kels, come on.
You're the evens, my guy. I'm odd.
I know. Yes, you're always odd. All right, 5, 4.
Fair
3,
enough.
2, 1. Pens down. Corey, what do you got?
Nathaniel Peter.
Oh, that was so close.
So
I can't
close.
accept that. JD, what do you got?
Nathaniel, I know it was based on Quicksilver, but I can't forget.
Yeah,
I don't
it
get
was-
his. So I only had Nathaniel.
It was Nathaniel Pietro Barton. Yeah, very, very close. Corey,
Wrong Maximum.
I give you a point in my heart.
I thought he anglicized it like we
Oh.
No, unfortunately, you did not. All right, Kelsey. Now you are asking the odd question here.
Thank you. Question number 5 in the realm of who said it. Which guardian said, "What master do I serve? What am I supposed to say, Jesus?"
Oh, I love these little Guardians quips. They're very funny. I'm very excited to see them this week in Thor: Love and Thunder.
Oh, yeah. Are we going to see that, Dill?
Yes, we are.
Okay, great.
Thursday night, we're going. All right,
Awesome.
5, 4. Need to get the tickets, but yes, 3.
Oh, okay.
1. I've been slacking. I have a show. JD, what do you got? What do you got?
Star-Lord.
That is correct. We'll take that. Corey?
Star-Lord.
That's also correct. We would have
Awesome.
accepted that. Or Peter Quill. Both are correct answers, as long as you didn't say Rocket. 6. Villains is the category. At the beginning of Avengers Infinity War, Thanos starts with the Power Stone. Which planet did he get it from? Ooh, make sure we can see your hands, Corey. Just, yeah. Nice. It's a
Took
fun
our
question.
competitors a second to think of this one. I
Yeah,
love
this is
love
good.
a good thinker.
I love a good question where it's like it states a fact and then it's like the question is the follow up to the fact. It's a good question format. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Corey, what do you got?
Xandar.
That is correct. And JD?
Xander.
Yeah, well, we'll accept that. And it stays 5-4. Going on question 7, Kelsey.
All right, question 7 in the category of Disney Plus. What is the name of the moon god Mark Spector is the avatar for in Moon Knight?
Love a good recent Disney Plus question. As we know, starting this month, the Moon Knight series and then the Doctor Strange Multiverse of Madness and Miss Marvel will all be eligible. For this match, it's just Moon Knight. You don't have to worry about the other two. But going forward, Doctor Strange is now on Disney Plus, so is Miss Marvel. So we're going to be adding to the library, which is so exciting. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. JD, what do you got?
Khonshu.
That is correct. And Corey?
Khonshu.
Correct. Very nice. 6-5. Moving on to question 8 in the realm of Spider-Man. In Spider-Man Far From Home, what is the name of the Skrull disguising himself as Nick Fury? I'm not going to give away any other context clues, but if there's something else I want to say, but I'm not going to.
Okay, good. Dill, I'm glad you're reining it in.
Very fond of this actor, though. I will say that.
Yes.
Love their other work. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Corey, what do you got?
Talos.
That is correct. And JD.
That's correct. I didn't have it.
All right, and he ties it up. Corey ties it up, so no perfect rounds. That's okay, though. Moving on to question 9. Very close match. 6-6. Kelsey, take it away.
Question number 9 in the realm of new releases. What Oscar-winning and record-breaking woman directed Eternals? Directed.
Record-breaking in both MCU and in their career, because this was the lowest rated Rotten Tomatoes movie, so I guess that's some record that you don't want to have, but I like the movie. And I was going to say, in the last question, Captain Marvel, Talos also appears in. Great actor, Ben Mendelsohn, love him. All right,
Oh,
5,
yes.
4, 3, 2, 1. JD, what do you got?
I only had the last name, so I'm not going to try.
And Corey?
Chloe Zhao.
That is correct, and he takes the 1-point lead with these last two questions. A big swing, but still a very, very close match. Moving on to the final question in the round. Category 10, actors and actresses. What iconic British actor plays classic Loki in Loki? Very, very great actor. So many great actors in this lineup. I mean, F. Murray Abraham is Khonshu, and you have Talos, Ben Mendelsohn. Now we got a question about this guy. What a good crop of actors. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Corey, what do you got?
Richard E. Grant.
That is correct. He even got the E in there. And JD?
Richard E. Grant.
That is correct. Wait, look, I didn't see that. Yeah, no, it says Richard E. Grant. Got it in there at the last second. It is now currently 8-7. A very, very close, very tight match. Very, very exciting. We're gonna do the wheel round now. So, how the wheel round works: each player will spin the wheel to determine a category. You are allowed a respin, but if you do respin, you must take whatever category it lands on. If it is I am Iron Man, it is a spinner choice. I am inevitable as opponent's choice. There will be 5 questions you will be able to ask. You'll be able to answer them out loud. You don't need to write them down for 15 seconds. But if you don't know the answer or you want to just check down to be safe, or for whatever reason you want to check down a multiple choice, you can. Those will be worth 1 point each. The questions, if you're not multiple choice, will be 2. The other competitor can steal if they get it wrong. And of course, keep your hands on screen. JD, you have 2 repeats left. Corey, you still have all 3. So, Corey, you are in the lead now, 8-7. Would you like to spin first, or would you like to spin second?
I'll spin second.
All right, so JD, this is your spin. Let's see what it lands on. New releases. JD, would you like to keep new releases, or would you like to spin again?
I'm like 50-50 on it. That's always the tough ones, the ones that are like 50-50 on. All right. So I'm trying to think of what movies these are. So this is Eternals.
Anything Phase 4, basically.
Phase 4. So that excluding Doctor Strange, right?
Yes, nothing. Yeah, Doctor Strange, because this is technically still the June match. So
I'll give it a shot.
All right.
I mean, I'm doing this for fun. I'm not here for the win. So
all right. So we're moving on to new releases. Kelsey will be asking these questions in new releases. Kelsey, whenever you're ready, take it away.
Alrighty. Question number 1. What German philosopher's name does Alexei have tattooed on his knuckles in Black Widow?
Multiple choice.
A. John Locke. B. Vladimir Lenin. C. Karl Marx. Or D. Max Weber.
Can I get a repeat of the options?
Yep, free repeat.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
A. John Locke. B. Vladimir Lenin. C. Karl Marx. Or D. Max Weber.
I'm between 2. I'll go C. Karl Marx.
That is correct.
That
for
is
1
correct.
point. Navigating multiple choice very well there.
Question number 2. In Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, which of these songs did Sean and Katie not sing while they were karaokeing? Girls Just Wanna Have Fun by Cyndi Lauper, A Whole New World from Aladdin, Old Town Road by Lil Nas X, or I Don't Want to Miss a Thing by Aerosmith.
Ooh. I believe it's Girls Just Want to Have Fun.
That is correct.
That is correct.
All right, moving on to question 3.
Question number 3, short and simple. Who directed Black Widow?
Multiple choice. I'll get it on multiple choice.
A. Kate Shortland. B. Chloe Zhao. C. Anna Boden. Or D. Kari Skogland.
A. Kate Shortland.
That's correct for another
correct.
point. Taking it up to 11. 2 questions left.
Question number 4. In Spider-Man No Way Home, what actor who first appeared in this role in 2014's The Amazing Spider-Man 2 returned as Electro?
So, ooh, you swerved there for a second. All right. So that's Jamie Foxx.
That is correct for 2 points.
I thought you were going to go Andrew Garfield for a second.
Oh,
Okay, last question. Question number 5. In Eternals, Salma Hayek plays Ajax. What are her powers?
Oh, you must be joking. Multiple choice.
A. Changing her appearance. B. Mind control. C. Healing. Or D. Super strength.
Can I
JD thinks
get a
this is
repeat of the?
hilarious.
Do I get another repeat of the options?
You don't get a free repeat, but you can have a full. You could use one of your time heists if you would like.
Yeah, I'm gonna use one of my time
All right,
heists.
so Kelsey can ask the whole question and answer.
Surely. Question number 5. In Eternals, Salma Hayek plays Ajax. What are her powers? A. Changing her appearance. B. Mind control. C. Healing. Or D. Super strength.
I believe it's A, changing her clothes.
That is incorrect.
That is incorrect.
Unfortunately. So Kelsey will repeat the whole question and answers for Corey for a 1-point steal to narrow
All
the gap.
right. This is the stealing round. Okay. Question number 5. In Eternals, Salma Hayek plays Ajax. What are her powers? A. Changing her appearance. B. Mind control. C. Healing. Or D. Super strength.
C, healing.
That is correct for the 1-point steal.
Oh,
Bringing
so
it
I thought
from...
you said feelings. That's why I completely avoided that one.
Would you
I
like
kept
to
on-
Would you like
Yeah,
to challenge?
I feel like I have to, but like,
Okay. So we are back from the challenge. We have a new question. The way we ruled the challenge is because it was an audio problem on our end. JD did not hear the question clearly enough. We're going to scrap the question, ask a new one. But because he did check down a multiple choice, we figured it'd be fair to only make it a 1-point question. So we will still give multiple choice options for this new question. But we will make sure to really speak it clearly to make sure you hear it completely. And if you have any questions on the pronunciation, you could ask. But Corey, unfortunately, will not get that steal because we're going to scrap the question. But again, he can steal it here if JD gets it wrong. So Kelsey, do you have the new question?
Yes, I do.
All right, go ahead.
In Eternals, Lauren Ridloff plays Makari. What are her powers? A. Super strength. B. Mind control. C. Force fields. Or D. Super speed.
I believe she's super speed.
That is correct for a point. So the re-ask question, still an Eternals question, so still in the same ballpark. So now JD does have a 14-8 lead, but it is still Corey in possession of the wheel. So Corey, you'll be spinning right now.
About as well as I thought it was going to go.
And it looks like it's going to be phase 3. Corey, would you like to keep phase 3? It's a big phase, but it's a recent phase. Do you want to keep it or do you want to spin again?
I'll take it.
All right, he's taking it. Phase 3, and I'll be asking the questions here. In phase 3, my favorite phase. Very excited. All right. Sorry for my voice. I apologize, everyone. All right. Question 1 in phase 3. In which phase 3 film do we first meet Martin Freeman's character, CIA agent Everett Ross?
Civil War.
That is correct for 2 points.
It's Captain America's Civil War, but I'll let it slide.
Yeah, with MCU, if you say Civil War, as long it's the only Civil War.
I'm joking.
Yeah, I know. I thought about it for a second. I was like, nah, I'm not gonna be that cruel. All right, so narrow the gap from 14 to 10. Question 2: in what MCU Phase 3 film will you find Stan Lee as a gambler at a casino?
Ooh.
Five, 4, 3.
Repeat the
2.
question.
Yep, that is your first repeat. In what MCU Phase 3 film will you find Stan Lee as a gambler at a casino? And 5, 4, 3.
Ant-Man and the Wasp.
That is incorrect. So now JD for the 2-point steal. In what MCU Phase 3 film will you find Stan Lee as a gambler at a casino?
Black Panther.
That is correct for a big 2-point steal. It is the scene where she throws the wig. I like that scene. But yeah, that's a very tough question. That's okay. You still got 3 more left. And you could still you could tie it up in this round if you get all 3 right. So it's still anyone's game, still a close match. Question 3. What city does the UN meet in for the signing of the Sokovia Accords in Captain America Civil War? What city?
Vienna.
That is correct. Great Billy Joel song, and the answer to that question, correct. And question 4. What is the name of the leader of the Jabari tribe as seen in Black Panther and Avengers Infinity War?
M'Baku.
Correct. Great inflection on that as well. 2 points.
Mhm.
And now for the final question to tie it up in round 3, which will be so exciting if we get to sudden death this time. Question 5. In one of the post-credit scenes of Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2, who can be seen trying to activate Yondu's fin and arrow?
Kraglin.
And he ties it up. It is now 16-16 going into round 3. This is exactly how we thought this match would go. This is kind of intimidating to me. I'm like, wow, they know their stuff. So yeah, very, very nice. So round 3, how it'll work. Tied up here, 16-16. Players will choose 3 numbers at random out of 15, which will correlate to 3 predetermined categories. First question will be worth 2 points, which is mild difficulty. Second question, 3 points, which is medium. And the third question will be worth 5 points, which is a hard difficulty. Player with the most points at the end will win. Unless, of course, it stays tied, then a sudden death showdown will occur. Players must keep their hands on screen at all times. Corey has 2 repeats left. JD has only 1, and you each still have a Mjolnir because your challenges was successful, JD. So, Corey, because you do not have any losses in the league, you are technically the favorite in this match, so you will get to pick your numbers first. What would you like from 1 to 15?
4.
Yep.
6.
Yep.
And 20.
It only goes up to 15.
Oh, well, then I guess I can't get 20. We'll go 12.
12. You got it. And JD, what do you want?
I'll go 3,
3,
9,
9.
6.
6 is already taken by Corey, so you got to give me another number.
What were the numbers that were taken?
3, 4, 6, 9, and 12 are all off the board.
3, 6, 12.
He took 4, 6, and 12, and you've taken 3 and 9, so those are all ineligible.
Okay.
I'm interested to see what the strategy is for the numbers here.
Well, my strategy's out the window because I didn't know 6 was taken. All right.
This is a
Did I switch my numbers?
No, you already took 3 and 9, so okay. I'm sorry.
I'm on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I'm interested in the post-match interview. I got to ask what this method is, but I'm all for it. It's great entertainment.
29.
All right, we got to get a number, JD.
I guess 7.
7. All right. So, after a very interesting and edge of our seat number picking, we're going to start with JD, who has first category is question 3, which is in the realm of scores and soundtracks. So, Kelsey, take it away.
All right, let me just find it. Great. All right, this is JD's 2-point question in the realm of scores and soundtracks. In Iron Man, what AC/DC track opens the film?
I always get because both of the films open with that one. Back in Black.
That is correct for 2 points. Sending it back to Corey, who picked category 4 in the realm of Steve Rogers himself, Captain America. Captain America for 2 points. In Captain America, the First Avenger, what war do Steve Rogers and Bucky Barnes fight in?
World War II.
That is correct. Yep, that's correct. Going on now back to JD, who's still keeping it tied. Question 9 is new releases. New releases. Kelsey, you'll be asking that question in category of new releases, the 3-pointer.
Alrighty, the 3-pointer in new releases. Why can Natasha not hit Dreykov in Black Widow?
Pheromones. Yes.
That is correct. Yep, that is correct. A pheromone shield, anything with pheromones we would have taken. So yet again, taking it up to 16. We're going back to Corey. This ping pong match is so exciting. Category 6, which is Guardians of the Galaxy. All right. What famous Disney Channel star turned musician has a cameo in Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2?
David Hasselhoff.
That is incorrect. So the answer was Miley Cyrus. So we are sticking with Corey, who's gonna have his 5-pointer. She has a small little vocal cameo in that. We're gonna stick with Corey for his 5-pointer. So we will not be getting multiple choice. We will not be getting sudden death this round. But Corey can keep himself alive in this match by hitting his 5-pointer in category 12, which is actors and actresses. Name the 3 MCU directors who also played roles in their films. If you want to use your whiteboard to figure it out, you can. We'll give you a little bit more time just because it's a harder, longer question. You got to name 3 directors, but you still have 2 repeats. Make sure we can see your hands just because.
Yeah. Taika Waititi, Anthony and Joe Russo.
And your winner, JD.
I'm going to challenge that.
The correct answer,
Taika?
let me just give it to you, is Taika Waititi, Joe Russo, and Jon Favreau. So would you like to challenge that?
Anthony Russo plays the Doctor in Winter Soldier.
All right, so let me go look at that challenge. So we are back from the challenge, and we're going to keep the ruling. And your winner, JD, making it up as I go along. Domash, that was a tough question. The answer we were looking for was Jon Favreau, Taika Waititi, and Joe Russo. I know there's a little confusion. Joe Russo did play the Doctor in Winter Soldier, and he was in the support group in Avengers Endgame. Jon Favreau, obviously, Happy Hogan, and Taika Waititi, Korg. A very tough 5-pointer, though, Corey, and you did fight for that challenge, and I'm glad you did bring it up because I would have hated for you to lose on the technicality. But first off, very, very great match. I mean, this was an amazing match, a back and forth to the end. Very, very tough match. Corey, how you feeling? I know you didn't win this one, but you did give it your all, and I mean, you really proved yourself today.
Should have challenged that Xandar one in the first round, but it's okay.
Yeah. Any thoughts just after this match going forward? I mean, I know both of you guys didn't really study a ton, but you guys really proved your knowledge here today. Corey, any thoughts just on this match as a whole?
Just need to play with more strategy and not just answer questions next time. So
cool. And JD, you won this match. I know you didn't think you were going to, but you got some pretty big polls, including a big challenge that went your way. What do you think of this match? How are you feeling?
You know, on the one hand, I'm glad that Chloe Zhao, because that was the one that really killed me, was that I knew it. It was in my head. I had Zhao on my board. I just couldn't pull Chloe. I'm like, if I lose because of that, I was going to kick myself. But other than that, I pulled some strategy, from my fan league days, some strategy polls, and it's like, I hate to do it, and I hate that's the way to, because Corey is so great, but there are things that I really got mad about. So if I didn't do it and I didn't see that result fruit, I would be kicking myself. So.
Right. Well, JD, I got to ask, we were all very much intrigued by your question, number picking strategy. Is there something you would wish to tell us about how you pick those, or is that a personal thing? You could tell us or not, but what was the strategy in picking the numbers? I'm just curious.
I don't want to say it in case somebody picks up on what I'm actually doing. Okay. I'll tell you guys privately, but not publicly.
Okay, sounds good. And JD, you will be now, because you won this match and Malcolm won the last match, you guys will be going up against one another, and the winner of that will get a number 1 contender shot. So any thoughts going into that match with Malcolm, hopefully in the near future?
Like Malcolm. Malcolm's a nice dude. We'll see what happens. Said,
all right.
This one I truly made up as I went along, and I'm shocked that I won.
Yeah, and then Corey, you now get the luxury of calling out someone. Do you have anyone on your radar that you would like to go up against? Because you're still 1-1, so another win or two, you got a number 1 contender match. So you are still very much in the path for victory. You could be playing Kelsey for the next belt match. Who do you want to be the next step in your path to that title? Like who do
I'll
you
take
got your eyes
anyone
on?
you got. I'll take
Oh,
anyone
you
you
got
got.
no names?
No names.
All
I
right,
like that
okay.
attitude.
It's a good attitude, yes. Staying humble. Obviously, 2 of our best competitors we got here. This is why I wanted you guys to be in this doubleheader in the main event, because we knew that we were going to get a great match. And you guys are great, and I cannot wait to see you guys continue to win in this league. Yeah, it's been a pleasure having you both, and we hope you guys are still willing to stick with us, because you guys are really, really great. Corey, where can they find you if they want to check you out online?
At Korok314 on social media.
Very cool. Any last words from you, Corey?
Nope.
Cool. Thank you as always. And JD, any last words from you, and where can they find you?
You can find me at the JD Domash. I post all my my fan league updates on there. Yeah, just look for me there.
Cool.
Nothing else. Just see you next time.
Next week, we'll be back with a Thor Love and Thunder review. And then the week after, we're
Yeah,
going to
we
be doing
will.
the whole second half of the season for Miss Marvel. It's such a busy time for MCU. And then after that, we will have more trivia matches, including a triple threat match, which we teased a while ago, between Chad and his wife, Carrie, and his friend, Noah. It'll be quite a barn burner. And then maybe some other undercard along the way as well. Can't wait to see who Corey plays next. Can't wait to see who JD plays next. 2 really great competitors. Thank you guys so much for watching. And we'll see you next time. Yeah, and can I get that extra shawarma-y, please? Hold on, Shawarma Palace. I have another call on the other line. Sorry, one sec. Kelsey, I'm trying to order dinner. Kelsey, you've asked me time and time again if I'll play another match, but the answer is no. All right, I won my match against Zach. I'm very content being 1-0 and just retiring from there. I like asking the questions, not answering the a rematch. I kind of like the idea of a rematch, but you know what, though? If I come out of retirement and play another match and win against Zach, that's great, but everyone's just going to think I'm a one-trick pony because I can only play the one competitor time and time again, you know? You will? Okay, so if I decide to compete in the league, you will let me pick the person I get to compete against? All right. I like your deal. I will compromise. Yes, I will play another match, but you have to let me pick the competitor. And it's not going to be Zach, because we've already been through that rodeo. Maybe we'll cross paths again someday, but I have an idea. Yeah, I've got a name for you. Matt Fisto. Sound good? Great. All right, now I'm going to go order my food.